my Troublesomes, it's Miracle and welcome back to my Miracle. I'm so happy you guys decided to join me today, and honey, we are doing what we do best, and that is minding other people's business. So sit back, relax, grab yourself a little comfort pillow, go ahead and pour yourself a little drinky drink, honey, because I got the hot cocoa for you. Honeys, today we are talking about that rather interesting upload that Cam, who, if you guys did not know, is a black beauty boy who has worked with Jeffree Star and many other brands in the past. He ended up going live on Instagram to articulate that he does not in fact support Jeffree Star nor Jeffree Star Cosmetics, along with Shane Dawson. And this is the reason why.
Hi guys, I want to get on my platform and just be transparent as possible. I know this might come to a shock to a lot of people, and I want to be raw with you guys. This is why I'm doing it on live and not on a YouTube channel. I don't want to monetize this. I don't want any gain from this. The only gain I want is peace and my truth, and this is my personal truth. I'm gonna speak about a story, well, a long story that's been happening to me, and I'm just gonna keep it honest and very open. Everyone else has their own truth and they might perceive things differently, and that's okay, but this is my truth and this is how I perceive it. And I'm literally shaking, guys. This is just so scary to even do. I've been manipulated. I have had fear of speaking up and not using my voice. I'm gonna be talking about why I no longer support Jeffree Star Cosmetics, and Shane Dawson. Silence is complicit, and I will no longer support Jeffree Star or Jeffree Star Cosmetics this day forward. I cannot do it. As a black beauty boy, I have fought for my spot to just even be heard, to be seen in this beauty community. But let me start with the story. I'm gonna try not to get emotional. I'm gonna try to be honest. I'm gonna try to make it straightforward as possible for everyone. I can't fit everything in it because this has been going on for over a year. I'm gonna start where I first felt like something was off with my relationship with Jeffree Star. We were cool. I didn't get any bad vibes from Jeffree. You know, I did a campaign with him and stuff, and you know, I was really grateful. And I'm a very grateful person. I always will be grateful for the opportunities and the connections that I benefited from Jeffree Star and Jeffree Star Cosmetics. I remember being in Houston and I was there with Rich Lux to collab, and you know, Jeffree was there. He was doing work and business and all that kind of stuff. And we were sitting in a Louis Vuitton store with several people in the store, and I was excited. I was having fun. You know, I was getting to kind of see the behind the scenes of Jeffree's life, and you know, stuff that I would wanted to do once I got bigger and established into the beauty community. He's like, asked me if I like James or not. And I was just so shocked. He was like, do you like James? Like, do you like him? And I just was so shocked and uncomfortable because he's like such a big powerhouse, and he asked me this, and I was like, I didn't even know what to say to that. I was just uncomfortable. There's people around me, and he just like was so blunt and out of nowhere asked me, do you like James? If you guys know me, James helped me with my career when I first got into the beauty space and tell my HIV story. Like, he's always been very supportive of me. And I was like, I don't have a problem with him. Do I agree with everything he does? No, but I don't have a personal problem with him, and he's done so much for me, so why would I go against him? And he was like, well, you don't fucking owe him forever. And I just was like taken back when he said that, because I was like, it all happened so fast. He was like, you don't fucking owe him forever. And I just remembered that, and I was like, what? OMG. And then later that night, I got into the car with Rich Lux, and Rich Lux told me that Jeffree thought I was talking to James at the Louis Vuitton store. And from that, when I was in that car, I knew that he automatically just didn't trust me off the jump. And this is early on in our relationship. This is in the beginning. It's never like, there was never something where he personally attacked me, but there was also another situation in Houston when the next day, when we were in the hotel and I was in his hotel, and we were just chilling. We were talking to Rich Lux again and a few other people, and I was talking to Jeffree, and I remember Shane Dawson called, and he was going off about James Charles and something, and telling just cursing James out, and I was just like kind of taken back because I've never seen Shane Dawson like that, and he was just going in on James, and I was like, oh, is there like there's something like brewing? There's something going on with James and Shane and Jeffree. So I was just uncomfortable, and I just was like, I'm gonna stay over here. I don't even know what to do. I was really small at this point, and I'm still pretty small, and I was just like, I'm not saying anything. I was terrified. I was just like, okay, like I'm just gonna go back home and act like nothing happened. And and I kept doing that. I didn't really have any effect. Like, I don't record things. I don't have hard facts. Like, this is not about receipts. This is about what my personal experience. This is all from my mouth. There is 3 sides of every story. So, you can have a side. I get back home to LA, and I'm just like talking to my friends and family like what happened, and how I think something is going on with James Charles, and like it's really I was just uneasy about it. 3 months later, James had his scandal, and I always remember holding that and being like, OMG, maybe I could have came to James and maybe gave him like a warning, or told him like something happened or something was about to happen, and I felt it. And I always felt like a little guilty for not ever saying anything or confessing to James, because he helped me in the beginning, and I felt like I wasn't a true friend, and I really am apologetic towards James for not speaking up and not having the courage at the time. I stayed silent because I wanted to protect myself. I wanted to protect my platform. Everyone told me not to say anything. Everyone's like, it'll be a crazy move. You're gonna destroy your career. Every brand that he works with, you're not gonna work with, and you're not gonna have money like this and that. And I was scared. Like, I was just like, oh gee, I'm not gonna have a platform. I'm not like I just didn't know what to do. So fast forward, there's a situation, and when Mitchell, I don't want to get him into this because he's not really part of the story, but we were at Mitchell's event, and I remember talking about Jackie, and I was like, I think like you need to apologize to Jackie, or something along the lines like review her palette, or just kind of like as a Black influencer, I'm always going to be supportive of Jackie, and I've always looked up to her. She's always done so much. And I know Jeffree and them didn't have the best history, but we would always like randomly talk about them. Even in Houston, we talked about them, and he just would nod his head. And then I brought it up again at Mitchell's event, and I was like, hey, like, are you gonna say anything? Like, I feel like it would really say a lot if you could apologize to Jackie and the community and all that kind of stuff. And he kind of shut it down, and he's like, she doesn't deserve a fucking spot on my platform, which was understandable, and it is his platform, and he has all rights to do whatever he wants to do on his platform. I was definitely hurt as a Black boy and a Black influencer that loves Jackie, that he's not trying to grow. I just felt like I was being used as a Black boy. I felt like I was always defending Jeffree on Twitter. I was always going in, but I never got the same in return energy from him. He's done so much for me, and I used to always like, he put me in my first campaign. He's done all these things, and I'm like, let me not say anything. So I was going hard for him on Twitter because I'm getting backlash, but he would never defend up for me. So I was really hurt. And even recently, I spoke about Fenty and was like, oh, like, Fenty needs to pull up, da-da-da-da, and everyone's like coming for me like, aren't you like a Jeffree Star stan? So I'm labeled as this, supporting a racist person or something like that. And I'm like, he sees what's going on because he's favoring the tweets under it, but he's not sticking up for me, or like, and I continue to speak up for him and stick up for him. And I just felt like it wasn't a friendship. It was never a friendship in the beginning to start with. It was always something like, I was kind of like the token Black kid. Once I kind of was starting to fall back, I saw that he put my ex-best friend into a campaign recently, and I didn't want, like, I didn't care about my ex-friend being in a campaign. I was just more upset that I felt like he was trying to send a message in some way that I was replaceable as a Black boy, and I don't have, like, I don't know. I just felt like once I didn't do what he wanted me to do, he tried to bring me down, and, well, not bring me down. He just didn't wanted to, like, he fake supported me. Even with Shane Dawson posting me on his platform, I was grateful, but I felt like it was kind of like to silence me and be like, hey, like, we're gonna just keep giving you breadcrumbs and hanging you by a string and manipulating you. I guess I was kind of selfish, and I apologize to my beauty community and my Black creators that have been saying like this all the time, and I've been ignoring it. I'm at loss in words right now. I'm very distraught right now. I'm very nervous right now. I'm very scared right now. And I just want to hope that I'm making the best decision, you know, for myself and having peace within myself. Moving forward, I will no longer just be the token Black person. I will no longer just be the Black boy that is there to make you look good or to speak up for you. I literally have feared for my life for even speaking on this. I fear doing this live right now. I fear who's watching this. I fear people that are going to watch this. I fear for my life. I was so paranoid and so scared of this man. I thought that he could hire a hitter and kill me because he knows my PR address and he knows my address, he knows where I live, and I'm scared. I promise that I wouldn't get emotional, but this stuff is always happening, and it's scary, guys. Like, this is not to victimize myself. This is, I tolerated this stuff. I've had close friends saying, like, you know, if you even come out with that, like, you won't, like, I won't even act like I'm your friend. So it just like hurt me a lot, and I've been very struggling with this a lot. There's so much more that I haven't left out. I will try to explain more on my Instagram stories as I go and try to resolve this as healthy as possible. But right now I am standing my ground, and I will continue to use my platform for the better. Always, guys.
So babes, now that you've watched the condensed version of that 27-minute long video or so, let me tell you how I feel. This is opinion time. Let's just talk about this, all right? When the getting was good, it was really easy for you to take care of yourself and receive any sort of monetary gain that was presented to you. Bringing up the fact that you claim to be Jeffree Star's friend, I would assume that you would have reached out and shared any sort of discomfort that you ended up feeling, but lo and behold, you said pretty early on he kind of set the precedent for what sort of relationship you guys had, and therefore it would not be strange for me to assume that you in fact did not view yourself as Jeffree Star's friend, because you said that you didn't feel the connection right from the intro.
Hi, future editing miracle here. So essentially the point that I was trying to get to was that Cam kind of told on himself in this situation. Essentially, he already noted that he and Jeffree Star were not friends. So I don't know about you guys, but I'm not necessarily going to fight so hard for somebody who is not my friend. So essentially what I gather is that he had some sort of ulterior motive, which is why he ended up running to his defense constantly, and that's why he essentially felt like some sort of token Black boy.
And then tried to create this whole dynamic to say that, oh, I'm so different, you know, I just want to show that I'm a changed person and I no longer support these people.
And after having all that to say, Cam essentially ended up throwing Vic under the bus by insinuating that Vic doesn't actually have the same moral compass that Cam does, and Jeffree Star, being that he couldn't have Cam under his control anymore, he settled for second best with going with Vic.
And then to capitalize the fact that you feared for your life, I'm not gonna make any friends with this statement. And I have a lot of people that are probably gonna think that I am a huge Jeffree Star stan and this, that, and the third. Listen, I am the type of person, I separate the person from the products. Argue with me, but I'd rather you not, but you can do so in the comment section down below. Moving on, what bothered me the most about Cam was that he tried to insinuate that a situation pertaining to Dramageddon, when James Charles ended up being potentially ousted as being a predator, and then we come to find out that wasn't true. He ended up creating this whole sort of dynamic where people are now contemplating whether or not Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson plotted the whole thing. This is the whole thing that is going on social media right now. But listen here, this is what I heard. and I don't know if, please correct me if I'm wrong, maybe you have some more details behind the scenes that I was not aware of, because if you guys were not aware, Cam didn't share any receipts, and this is all based off of hearsay. But you know, people are just willing and ready with their guns loaded to be able to pop off on something without any sort of supporting details, which I don't understand. If you are going to tell me not to support somebody, which he did not do, so let me clarify that, but if you are going to insinuate that I should not support somebody, and you are showing that you're not supporting somebody because of certain problematic behaviors, then at least have some supporting details so that it will actually go somewhere and you would actually be able to reason with people as to why they should not support somebody. But again, we're basing everything off of experiences. And let's just note that the fact that your experience, your truth, is based off of perception. So that being said, if you perceive somebody acting a certain way towards you and you do not have a conversation to clarify if that's what they actually mean, you've already failed yourself then and there. That's it. That's all. I don't care what skin color you are, whatever the case may be. I'm going to call out my people just like I call out other people, because that's the only thing that makes sense to me, because why not? I don't understand how it became this dialogue with James Charles and Jeffree asking you if you like James Charles. I don't understand the context of that. I don't even know if that's true. Maybe it is true. And then if you did, why are you taking that conversation and bringing it up to social media? That being said, if nothing negative was happening within that conversation, why aren't you speaking about it within your platform, or speaking about it with James Charles at the time that it was actually necessary? But now we're already a hop, skip, and the jump in the future, and people have moved on with their lives, so to speak. Unfortunately, James suffered from that, and Jeffree, he has to atone for those things. I'm not taking that away. However, to sit there and say that you had a preconceived feeling, a premonition that something bad was going to happen, and you didn't say that as James Charles, guys, that's not a fact. Just because you have a feeling something bad would happen, and without any actual supporting details to say that Shane said, I heard Shane said this, or I received a text message to say that, all that is left up to face value, and we've really not received anything, because you don't know behind the scenes what sort of conversation was being had, why Shane Dawson was pissed off. Guys, let me know how you're feeling in the comment section down below about this video. Do you think that Cam was really coming from a place of hurt and that he was actually really fearful for his career as a Black creator? Or do you think that he's using the steam in reference to what's going on with the Black Lives Matter movement and he's trying to gain support by victimizing himself? I really don't know. I don't feel bad about feeling how I feel, because I feel how I feel for reasons. That being said, maybe we can have a dialogue down in the comment section down below, and then if you guys want to support any other future endeavors, just subscribe, hit that bell notification to receive all updates, and make sure you like this video, because your girl appreciates the support, because you know the algorithm be messing up and whatever. Anyway, I love you guys so much. All my socials are in the description bar, and I also reference some other videos that I think explain things more in depth than I did. So special shout out to all the people that I ended up watching before making this video, and I'm looking for future comments in the future, especially in reference to how Jeffree and team end up responding to these allegations. Okay, my Troublesomes, until next time, love you, okay, bye!
You keep saying, as a Black beauty boy in the community, as a Black beauty boy in the community, my Blackness, your Blackness, our Blackness is not to be used for exploitation by white people nor by Black people. People are out there losing their eyes. People are out there leaving their jobs. People are out there sacrificing their lives, stumping the yard. Martin Luther King died for us to be equal. People are out there right now rallying, protesting, marching for us. Our Blackness is not a crutch or come up right now. It's not to be used to be exploited because brands are shelling out money and trying to give people brand deals and things of that nature right now. It's not meant for that. It's not meant for that by any means, y'all.